There we go. Good evening and welcome. And thanks for joining us tonight. Yeah, we're doing another episode of this Blue ROUTEMASTER through Agora Models. And yeah, apologies for me not looking so good tonight because I'm not feeling too great. But I wanted to get some things out and show you guys a little bit of progress. Tell you what I've been up to, and then we'll speak about some modifications that I'm going to do tonight, and some modifications that I've done already. So yeah, anyway, let's get on a bit, shall we? Because I know there's a lot in the chat, so let's have a look. Oh, goodness me indeed. Right, so D Harris is the first one. Gold star to you, sir. Good evening, Sir Dave, sir. Good evening, D. And silver goes to my mum, Marie Oglesby. Evening, everybody in chat, and hope all is well. Yeah, evening, ma'am. And then we've got Gillian Milne, and she's bringing up the bronze. Evening, everyone, and everyone in chat. And then we've got D Harris. Evening, Gillian and Mary. And then we've got Gillian Milne saying, evening, D Harris. We've got Max Mod saying, good evening, everybody. We've got D saying, good evening, young fella, Mr. T. Mr. T, yeah. Very famous chap he is, Mr. T, isn't he? So, we've got Dano's Universe. Hello, everyone. Hey, Dano. Thanks for joining us. And then we've got Max Mods again. Evening, D Harris. Evening, Mark. And then we've got D Harris saying, at Dano's Universe, good evening. And then we've got Dano's Universe saying, hello, D. And then we've got Yorkshire Crafter. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Julie. And then we've got Mary Oglesby saying, hello, D Harris. And then we've got Horlicks saying, good evening. Good evening, Horlicks. Thanks for joining us. And we've got Max Mods. Hiya, Horlicks. Did you have a good weekend? And then Horlicks says, hey, Max Mods. Yes, thank you. Just what I needed, and went too quick. Yeah, good weekends do go too quick, don't they? So Warren James, hi all. Hi, Warren. And then we've got White Glove Models. Hi, Dave and everyone. Hope you're all having a great Monday. Hi, White Glove Models. Thanks for joining us. And then we've got Dave Matt Bills. Good evening, everyone. Good luck with your build, Dave. Thank you very much for that, Dave. Good evening, Dave. Horlicks says, hope you feel better soon, Dave. Yeah, I'm just under the weather a bit, I think. Mandy McKinley's playing up a bit as well, so I think it's the weather. Just dragging me down a bit. So Jay's channel said, a good evening, ding ding time to jump on board, and hope everyone is okay and well. There you go, Jay. So Crafty Chris says, hi everyone in chat. So that's my lovely wife. Hello, darling. And then we've got D Harris saying, evening, Horlicks. Dave McBill saying, hi, Crafty Chris. Geordie Dave, evening all. Hi, Geordie Dave. Thanks for joining us. Horlicks says, D Harris and everyone in chat. And D Harris says, Yorkshire Crafter, good evening. And then Dave McBill says, hi, Horlicks. And then D Harris says, evening, Dave Mac. And then D Harris says, evening, Kaylin. And then Dave McBill says, good evening, Dave Harris. D Harris. You're getting me mixed up now. Dave McBill says, evening, D Harris. Right. Okay. Is that the last one? Yeah, that's the last one. Okay. Right. Goodness me, I need a drink already. I'm dry. Right. Okay. So let's get on a bit, shall we? Well, I've been doing a few things, and a few things to this blue bus. And I want to share them with you, and I want to let you know, of course, that there's been a bit of progress. So let's change cameras, and then we'll see where we can go from there. God, I nearly left studio then. Goodness me. That won't do, will it? The host leaving the studio. Right, okay. So it's all about the bus. The bus. Okay, so yeah, this is what this is what it's all about. It's about the ROUTEMASTER and it's RM172 from the Southend Transport company, and it's fleet number 122. In fact, this one isn't 122, isn't this model, but it's going to be pretty much the same as this. Apart from the advert, I think I may go for a different adverts on the sides, and the color scheme will be exactly the same, except for the grille will be silver, and little bits and pieces will be altered on it as we go, because the bus we're doing was Southend Transport show bus. So and it's the one we have on the head area that was on first off. So it was their show bus, and they took it around all different rallies and shows and what have you, and events, and it actually won a couple of prizes as well. So and more to that fact is that it was actually Southend Transport's last Routemaster in service as well. So, and yeah, she finished service with Southend Transport, and I'm not sure if it went into preservation from there or it was sold on privately. So yeah, it was Southend Transport's last Routemaster in service. So it's quite an historical one we're doing, really. And I'm pretty sure you know that. So right, what have we been doing? Well, we've been doing a little bit of paint. Let me just move them. Okay, so and the first bit of paint is that. So that's the color. It's actually called French blue. So yeah, it's French blue, and on RM172 the grill is silver. So we've silvered the grill, and we've yet to build up the AEC badge, which I will be doing very, very shortly. I've actually got an AEC badge here, but there needs to be a surround made around it, and the AEC badge will go there somewhere like that. So, but it'll have a slight surround to it, and a chrome strip down here, and then it'll be correct then. So yeah, and it is a proper Routemaster 1.2, not just an AEC badge. It's actually a London Transport AEC badge that Routemasters came out with. So that's going to have that treatment shortly. But I wanted to get some blue paint on, and it's lovely blue paint. Yeah, French blue. That's what there was painted, and I have the BS number for it and everything. And yeah, as you can tell, it's Harley Gloss paint. And yeah, I'm really pleased how it's come up. Actually, it's come up really nice. But it's very difficult painting in this type of weather. That's what's letting me down at the moment. And if you've followed me before in the past, you'll know that I do like to get painting outside. I do it with a rattle can. And yes, I do it with a rattle can, and yeah, it takes some practice to do it that way, and because you've not got to get it so thick or anything, you've got to get the proper paint, and you know, it takes a lot of practice, but good results can become of it without a shadow of a doubt. So that's a little bit of progress there, and just to show you a little bit more progress, if it's drowned. Oh, there's a nice bonnet. So yeah, there's a nice bonnet for you to look at. And I think it actually needs another coat, but yeah, and of course it's had the holes filled in. You might see that the holes are filled in. So yeah, but yeah, I think that's a bit shiny, isn't it? So yeah, so that's a snippet of what I've been doing so far. But that blue is beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful blue. Beautiful. It is. So this project is sponsored by HACHETTE. Sorry, it's sponsored by Agora Models, and it's based on the HACHETTE model, the HACHETTE RM that came out in 2018. So a little bit more that I've been doing is painting the wheels black. So yeah, again, hopefully they've come up nicely. If you're ever going to attempt to do anything like this, please put the money into the paint. because it's no good getting paint from Wilco's or anywhere else like that, B&Q or any cheap place. You need to get the proper paint, and once you get the proper paint, that's half the battle. So I'm not going to give you all my secrets away, but I think some of you may have seen on the ROUTEMASTER group that you may have seen me painting this, which is the nut guard for the wheel. So, and I did a quick demonstration with some grey primer outside, and that's all I do. And you know, persistence pays off, and practice makes perfect, and all that. So, and yeah, it is painted on the other side as well. So, yes, and obviously the tie's got on and not spoilt anything of it. So anyway, I'm going to get on a little bit with the chassis in a minute, but I'll go back to chat and see what's on chat, and then I'll go and work on some chassis bits, and then we can you can see a little bit more progress as we go. So I'm going to change my camera, and then you can see me then, can't you? So it's better talking to me than just the desk here. So if I look a bit yellow, sorry about that, but it's reflecting off my yellow mat. And I know I am a bit poorly, but I'm not that poorly. So, right, let's have a look. Goodness me, there's been some chat coming, hasn't there? Okay. Where was we, do you think? Yeah, Quano Man. Hi all. Hi, Quano Man. And Horlick says, hi, Dave Mac. And then Horlick says, wow, love that blue. You're just amazing, Dave. You're so talented. Looks blooming amazing. Thank you very much indeed. As I say, it does take a lot of practice. The paint's expensive, and you've got to have the right conditions to put the paint on. You've got to prepare your parts well beforehand. First of all, wash them. Secondly, rub them down with some wet and dry. There's no need to strip the paint on it whatsoever. No need at all. And this is how I do it. I just wet them, dry them really well, and so they're nice and smooth. Get some really nice undercoat primer paint. Actually, I haven't got it here. I say it's over there. I might show you it later. So get some really nice primer paint, and get some really nice top coat paint as well. And if you get the P-type paint, which is generally known as Mason's coach paint, it's really good stuff. I love using it. But it is dear, unfortunately. But you've got to pay the price for the condition, really. And you know, if you want a superb job, you've got to go there. So, Andy Von Chris Horlicks has been modded. Yeah, it's been modded. Is this one? And as you know, I'm already doing a red one as well. I'm going to be doing one like this, and yeah, so I'll be doing one like that. And goodness me, come on, where's my chat gone now? There we are. So D Harris says, very nice job on the paintwork. Thank you very much, D. Taking a lot of doing, and you know, I just wish I felt better, and I wish the weather was better too, because I want to get on with it so much. And yeah, it's spared me along. You know, actually getting some color on, it spared me along, as you'll see in a minute. So and then we've got looking pretty awesome, Dave. Thank you very much, White Glove Models. Yeah, it's I try and do my best on what I'm doing, and by all means, it's probably not the best out there. Yeah, I'm very humble, and you know, I bet there's people that could do better, but yeah, good luck to them if they can. But yeah, I'm hoping that it's going to look really nice, the finished job, and you'll all be proud of what we've done to it in the end. So D Harris says Andy Von Chris, good evening, and Andy Von Chris says evening D. What a lovely name that is, Andy Von Chris. Yeah. So right, let me go now and let's go do a bit of building, shall we? So you've caught me today trying to catch up with this build a little bit with the chassis and the front axle and everything else. So let's go do a bit of building and then we'll come back and we'll have another chat. So if I do about 20 minutes building, if that's all right with everybody, and then we'll see how far we can get with that, and hopefully we can start putting some parts together, because I've got some bits here that really need just putting together, and we can see how nice it's going to look. So I'm going to change my camera again, if you don't mind, and then we'll have a bit of a build-a-thon for 20 minutes or so, maybe even half an hour, so depending on how I feel. So here I am, I'm here. So, and this is the where I'm going to be building. We're up to 15, so stage 15 on the chassis. So, and that's this long piece on the chassis, the rear of the chassis there. I'm just going to have another drink. And the rear piece on the chassis has got to be put together with the two or three bits that's got to be put on it on the assembly guard there. So if you're doing this model through Agora Models, you can go to their website and you can download their build of this whole model. Well, actually only up to pack 2 at the moment. So, and this is included in pack 2. So you can download them, and all the instructions are online, and you can print them off. You can use them as a PDF file and what have you. So yeah, you can get to them. So if you're stuck with anything, and one piece of advice I'd like to give you all, and that is, if you're actually stuck with anything, take a look in the magazine or the instructions, and just get your piece, what you're working with, if you're struggling with something, and turn it around and get it the same way as is instructed in the instructions, which is pretty good advice, really, because if you get it that way and you're putting pieces in the way they're telling you to put the pieces in, then you're not going to go wrong at the end of the day. You should get it right. And it's a case of identifying points on your parts and on the instructions. And it's not too bad to do if you do it that way. Take your time when you're building, and hopefully you'll get it all sorted. So right, having said that, I've rattled on enough, so let's do a bit of building. Yeah, I need a screwdriver, that's for certainty, and I just need to move my AEC badge so I don't lose it. So yeah, one of the points that I want to come across a bit later on is, when we're building bits like this of the chassis, there's all sorts of black screws everywhere that what they've used on the build. And I don't know if you want to show your underneath of your bus off at any time, but this is just a general thing. If you want to show the underneath of your bus off, just a suggestion is to paint all these black screws with some silver paint. And I've got Humbrol 27002, and I'm going to be doing a little demonstration on that in a bit of the bits that I've built earlier. And then good people like good builders out there like Steve Owen, for instance. He actually modded his whole underneath of his bus, and he painted all the black screws silver, and I think he painted the underneath of his ROUTEMASTER as well, the under the floor silver, and he stood it up on the base, and it was David Buckingham's base, and he actually put lights in. So he put lights in to the underside of the bus, and he can flick a switch and you can see the underside of his bus. Oops. And then you can, you can see all underneath, because he's actually put a mirror there as well. So it's like a tiled mirrored base underneath. And he actually put lights in and mirrors, and then he went a little bit further than that. He went and put some soundboards in, and you can actually have the ROUTEMASTER engine running, as well as the lights underneath. So at more or less the flick of a switch. So, which was marvelous, absolutely marvelous. I'm hoping to get Steve Owen on the show at some point, a bit later on in the build, because Steve Owen has done many modifications to his ROUTEMASTER, and they are absolutely superb, second to none, really. And I know Steve likes to share bits with us, and as I do too, and as anybody else in the community does too. And hopefully we can learn off each other. If you guys out there in Tinternet land have got a good idea, or you know somebody who does a modification, and you think that it might be useful for the community, or useful for showing the bus off in any different way, shape or form, then that would be good too. And we like to share on this channel as well. So obviously, if you've got something good, and we've got something good we'd like to show you, and hopefully you would like to show us. So right, that's the finished views of that issue. So that's stage 15 done. Yeah, 15's done. So we're on to 16 now. 16. So that was just a quick build for you there. Obviously this is the rear end of the chassis. Actually the rear end of the not of the chassis, of the suspension, and it's actually got two, as you can see there, two black screws, one there and one there, so you could paint them silver if you wanted to. So but all the other bits are nicely silvered up. So right, that brings us then on to probably the worst part of the build so far. Not the worst part, but one of the more difficult parts, and that is fitting the rear chassis frame in 16. And so here's the rear chassis frame. It's all steel, and this is actually supposed to represent a subframe, because those of you in the know that ROUTEMASTERs didn't really have a chassis. They just had a subframe front and rear, and the rest of the body was integral. So, and the Bridgemaster was pretty much the same, and several others were the same as well. I think the Regents were a little bit like that. And was it the Regents or the Renowns that had chassis all the way through? I can't remember. I'm sure somebody will tell me. Right, so we've got some parts with this then that we're going to need to put this all together. So the parts that come with this are two springs. Okay, we'll pop them down there. Just have a camera shot actually. So two springs, and then we've got two plates, one there and one there. Okay, and then we've got an assortment of screws. So we've got GMs, OMs, FMs, and LMs. Okay, and then we've got the arm from the last but one build on the rear suspension. Okay, and I think that's going to do for doing this issue. So I believe all my screws are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Okay. So I'm actually working off the old HACHETTE instructions, and the old HACHETTE instructions are, they're okay. So there is one or two problems in that magazine where the screws are a bit wrong sometimes, and some of the instructions are a bit iffy. So for clarification, always look on the Agora site for the download, and you'll hopefully get all the bits and bobs that's attached to that. Okay, right. So let's get on in a bit and see what we can do here. So we've got to take this rear section here and put it on the chassis, but we've got to put the springs on first. So one spring pops in there and one spring pops in that side, and then we have to put that in. And if you notice which way it goes actually that way. So once we pop it down there, and the reason it goes that way is that it's got these tabs on the rear, and these tabs on the rear are stopped in with these stoppers a bit later on in the build. So we'll have to turn it this way. Okay, and then we come instantly to the screws. Come on, sit down properly. Sit down properly, behave. Yeah, that's it. Back into school now, we'll behave. So test your suspension. You'll see that it's going up and down. Move it that way a little bit. So, and then we get 2 screws to go in the top of these, and them screws are the OM screws, and these are the ones with washers on the back side of them. So yeah, nice magnetized screwdriver, and magnetized screwdriver is thanks to Max Mods and Yorkshire Crafter, because that was a magnetizer that we got from them for Christmas, and goodness me, look at that straight away. It's magnetized, stays on the screwdriver. Surprise, surprise. So a little bit of oil I use because these are going into metal. And if I can stop shaking, I'll see if I can get them in. Yeah, they're going. They're going. I don't seem to have a lot of strength tonight. Don't know. Didn't have me Weetabix this morning. So will it make a difference, you think? Having Weetabix other than porridge, right? I don't know. So I'll come back to the chat in a minute, and we'll come and have a little bit of chat. I'll just get these 2 in, and then we'll see where we go from there. Because I do believe this is a major step, is putting the suspension on, and this is where your build grows and grows and grows, and it's where you get to see some of the weight developing on your model. And believe you me, it is heavy. It's really heavy. The full build is 14 kilograms or thereabouts. Don't know what that is in pounds and ounces. So I used to know at one point, but I don't know. Right, so they're nice and tight. So let's see what else we've got to do. We've got to go to stage or section 3, I do believe. And section 3 is turn it over again. And then we've got to put these stopper plates on. So 2 stopper plates at the rear. One there and one there. Okay, what screws do we need? Let's consult the instructions. It says FM screws. So FM screws for the stopper plates. Open my little packets. See, this is near enough raw, guys, is this? Because I haven't prepared anything. I've just got them out the plastic covers practically. So, and because I wanted you guys to see roughly how I go about building something like this. So we've got these 2 covers, and they'll obviously go over like that and like that. Now, I'm not too sure which one is which, but I believe we've got them right now, that way, like that. So that could be the inner one, that could be the outer one. So let me just pop a bit of oil on there. Now see if we can get that in there. So we'll soon know if it's right, because the screw won't hold if it's not right. And I have plenty of FM screws. So it's right, is that? Yeah. So let's go for this one then. FM screw again. Bit of oil. We're going into metal, so I use oil pretty much every time when we're going into metal. It doesn't matter about goodness me, sit still. Plastic parts, of course. Get on there. There we are. So I didn't want to go in that one. Let's see if it'll hold it. I do apologise, I can't get to the chat at the moment. But I have got my mods on side, so if there's any problem, I'm pretty sure they'll come and tell me. In fact, I'll just have a quick look just to make sure that everything's hunky-dory. So, where's everything? Oh yeah, just iPhone. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it looks all right. That. So, right, okay. Yeah, so they're the stopper plates, and they're on there, and that stops the suspension coming further up this way. And I'm pretty sure they go on that way actually. Just quickly looking at the instructions again. Yep, they do. Okay, right. What else do we want on here? So we actually want this suspension part now. And we want this bar put in on the rear. This torsion bar, I think I can't remember which way it goes now. Have I got this the wrong way around? I might have, yeah. I'll have it the wrong way around. I don't know. Let's have a look. Let's turn it the other way around, and then we'll see, won't we? So according to the instructions, it goes like that. Now then, have I got it the wrong way around? I bet you I have. And let's have a look then. So let's turn that around that way, because this is easily rectified if I've got this wrong way around. Yes, I've got it the wrong way around. Yeah, I can see where I've gone wrong there. So yeah, we've got this the wrong way around. Yeah, you see, I think we'll have to go that way, like that. Okay. Okay. And then we need that place in there. Come on, Twizzle. Okay, now we're getting there, you see. Told you I might have had it the wrong way around, didn't I? Yeah. I've only done this 3 or 4 times before. So you'll have to forgive me if I do actually get it wrong. So I'm only human at the end of the day. That's a song, isn't it? I'm only human. Rag and Bone Man. He's good to him, isn't he? Right. So without getting myself into any bother, let's see what I can do now. So that's got it placed, and hopefully it's placed in the right place now. And yeah, I do believe these are jacking points. So on the ROUTEMASTER, there's 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. You put a cup underneath it and you jack it up from there, and not a cup, but a jack head. Right. So we're going to need some screws now, aren't we, to screw it all down and get it into position. Okay. Right, I need to turn the page of my instructions, and we'll go from step 5. And step 5 is put it in there, which we've done. Step 6 is to clarify where all these points are that I've got screw holes in, and pop them in the back there, which we've done. Step 7 is to clarify that, and step 8 is it? No, step 7 is to screw it down the backs with FM screws, and FM screws in there, 2 FM screws in there. Okay, so let's find the FM screws, and let's have some of these popped in. God blimey. So, has the half hour gone yet, guys? It probably has. Actually, we're not doing too bad. Yeah, we're all right. Right, nobody's calling time on me yet, so that's okay. So I'm going for one of these back ones first, and what I'm going to do is just get it in, and then I'm not going to tighten it all the way up just yet, because I want to make sure that it's all right. And so another one in there. Come on, get in there. Yeah, I don't know where it's going. I think it's going. Yeah, this is going. Okay, I've got that one. Yeah, and then 2 down there. I just wanted to show you guys a bit of progress actually, and let you know that I am actually doing something on this. We're actually waiting for pack 3 coming, which shouldn't be long now, but as you can understand, pack 3, I don't think it's actually shipped yet, because they do them every month. Okay, so that's that. Now then, what else have we got to do? Yeah, I do believe we have got to put a little screw on the end of there. 14D, yeah, 14. A little screw, and it hasn't told me which one it is yet. Okay, let's turn the page then. And it still hasn't told me. Oh, right, okay. So I'll have to go back over that one. Right then, so we've done the back end, and they're not very tight, aren't they? So I'll have to go back to them. We need a screw in there, and I do believe it might be one of them LM ones. And I'll have to go back over the instructions, which we'll do in a minute. But we've got to fasten these two and two at this side down, which is the front end of the suspension. And they're all fastened down by GM screws. So 4 GM screws. So they're there in the packet. Okay. Okay, let's get a GM screw and a bit of oil on, and we'll get this in. And then I think what I might do is I might build up the front axle for you guys, and put a couple of bits together on the front axle, and see where we go from there. So there's one GM. So you might be able to hear me a little bit out of breath as well. It's I suffer from a spinal disease, and it actually affects my lungs as well. So because I've got bent and twisted spine, and it's pulling on my lungs, so quite often I end up with shortness of breath, and so even though I'm sat down and not been doing anything, but I'm a bit short of breath now and again. So these are going in nicely, the GM screws. And another, come on. Just one more. And then we're okay. One more screw. And that's going to go in the outside one up there. And I will tighten these up after the stream. I just want to make sure that they're all lined up, and they are absolutely perfectly lined up. So I'm really pleased about that. I'm just going to go back step a few steps and see if I can find out what screw it is that goes in the back of that. Oh yes, it's an LM screw. Yeah, it's an LM screw. I thought it was because it was the only bag that we haven't been into. So I'll show you what we do with that. Come on, LM screw. Hurry up, get out of the bag. People are waiting. Come on. There we are. So LM. It's one of them with a great big washer on. I'm going to put a bit of oil on it, and I'm going to show you where we can get that. But I might not be able to get that one in now. Let's see what I can do. No, I'll tell you what I'm going to have to do with that. I'm going to have to take it apart to put that in. I don't think I'll be able to get that one in situ. No, I won't. I don't think so. No, I don't think I will, because there's not enough room underneath that bar. Okay. All right, well, there's more than one way to skin a cat, isn't there, guys? Right? There's more than one way to skin a cat. Let's see what we can do. So if I undid that, okay, I'll take that plate out. And I undid that one and took that plate out. You see, I'm not perfect. At the end of the day, I am not perfect. And nobody is. Are there? Nobody is. And I make mistakes like anybody else does. It's when you don't admit to making your mistakes. See, I noticed that there was a screw missing, so and I did know that for a fact. Like, so yeah, let's see if we can pop her out there. I don't know whether she will. Might have to undo the springs and then just release it that way. Yeah, have to undo the spring. So that one there, and that one there. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. This is a construct and it's a deconstruct. Good job it's metal parts, isn't it? Oh, there we go. Right, let's see if we can get in there now. So we want the LM. There we are. Come on, LM. I think that's the LM screw. Let me just check. Yeah, looks like it. Okay, a bit of oil. Oh, I see another problem as well. I've got a little bit of plastic that's come off under there. So we might have to rectify that one as well. Interesting. There we go. Gently, Bentley. There we are. I don't know whether you can see that going in, guys, but yeah, it's going in nicely. There we are. She's in there. Yep. Okay. You see that bit of plastic down there? Because I can. Where's my tweezers? Actually, I don't know where my tweezers are. I think they've run off and left me. But never mind. We will manage somehow. Some pliers. Okay, let's pick it up. And I'll show you guys what's dropped off. There we are. A little plastic bit that's dropped off, look. And you know where it goes, don't you? Because there's one that side. There's going to be one this side. So let's pop her on the side. See what we can do. See if we can pop it back in. Oops. Okay. Oops. Come on. Oh, I can hear myself talking through the thing. I wonder, it isn't echoing, is it, guys? I don't know. Come on, get back on there. Yeah, fiddly parts. But they are good. In fact, what I'm going to do with this after the stream is I'm just going to pop a bit of super glue on there just to stop it from coming off. So we can't have that, can we? Right, so we'll have to construct it back again to where she was before. So pop your bars back in. Come on. Put back in that bar. Uh-oh. Come on. Okay. It's not like being awkward, is there? There we are. So we're getting there now. Spring back on. Okay. And then rear bumper it back on. And see if we can get them back on over there. I wonder if they might not go in the holes now because they won't be lined up. I'll be able to twizzle them there, see which way they go. Right, so twizzle that one that way, twizzle that one that way, and that should do it. If they're nice and square. Oh yes. Oh yes. Can we get it in? Yes, I'm sure we can. if we're clever. If we're clever. Just line it up on them back ones first off. There's one, there's two. Yeah, happens to the best of us, you see. But we have the technology. Yeah, something like that. We can rebuild it. So let's construct her back up then. So the screws in there. And one in that side. Hopefully that bit of plastic stopped on. Yes, it has. Yeah, and they're sat there nicely. So, and the two for them too. And there's one. Is it going in? Here. And the other one. Come on, in you go. Yeah. Well, that's my half hour, but we'll have to run over that, won't we, and get this back together. Otherwise, you guys, what will you think of me? Goodness me. Right, put that back on there. And, okay, so that goes in there. We're only human. You're going to make me sing that song all night now, aren't you? Because I'm going to be waking up and thinking, oh, goodness me, that song's rattling through my head. Okay, so we've got that to the point where it's okay with me now. Again, we've got all the screws back in, all done and dusted. Right, okay. So just check that plastic parts are in again. Yeah, they're in. That's in. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So there we are. That's goodness me. That is stage 16 done. Stage 16 brings you on to stage 17. Stage 17 is just really popping this bit of chassis on this bit of chassis. Except we've got to have it that way around. So, and then you've got to screw it together using screws to obviously screw it together. It is quite a simple issue to do. You simply screw it through there and there, and then at the other side. A lot of people have problems getting these screws nice and tight. So what I would suggest is you get yourself a decent screwdriver, one that'll fit the screw properly, and you put a dab of oil on the end of each screw, and you screw it together, and you pop it on. So I'm not going to do that right now because I want to show you the front axle before we go any further. So basically that, apart from 6 screws, that's the chassis that's going to be together like that up to now. So that brings us up to stage 17. Yeah, 17, I believe. So and then the next 3 stages are rear wheels. So are the next 3 stages. So 18, 19, and 20 are rear wheels, and then 21. When Pack 3 comes on 21, it'll be another wheel, making the 4th rear wheel for the rear. But as you know, I'm going to be painting these black anyway, because they're black on the Southend Transport one. So I've got them to do, and that's going to be where I'm up to in the next couple of hours or so. So just to prove to you that I did build the front axle, there's the front axle and all the steering gear, and it's all there. And it hasn't got the wheels on. It hasn't got the wheels on because I thought I'd leave it like this to actually paint all the black screws, the black screw heads. And I've decided to screw the ones that don't need adjusting. And then I thought, a bit later on in the build, there's 4 screws on this side and 4 screws on this side that you actually take off, because you take them springs out to put the chassis rails in. So then I thought, oh, I can't do them yet then, because obviously we've got to take them out and got to put fresh ones in. So and that's later on in the build. So there's only a few that you can actually paint silver at this moment in time. So anyway, not to worry. It's and then them few are only going to be like these little ones here that you'll be able to see from the underneath. But I think it's worthwhile doing, and I think I'll save them painting them till another day. What I'll do is I'll paint them along with some other small bits that I've got to do at a different stage in the build. I think I've rattled on enough tonight, really, and you've seen me struggle, and yeah, I'm quite happy, but obviously you guys have got to be happy as well. So I'm going to leave that wheel there and that wheel there. I'm going to say that them wheels obviously want putting on that axle each side, like that, and then the nut guards want to go on with them, and then the center AEC badges, and both center AEC badges and nut guards are actually ready and prepared to go on, because that one's dried now as well. So, and yeah, so that's the nut guards. They go on with goodness me, come here, JM screws, which are the little red ones, and they want painting black for this. So they're the JM screws, and then the wheels go onto the end of the axles here, and then you'll need a washer, okay, and a IM screw, which is them pretty big ones there, to put them onto the end of each of the wheel ends there. So each of the brake caps. So that's that. I will do that, and I will show you a bit later on all these bits silvered. And as I said, there's little point in doing these 4 yet each side, because they've got to come off again when we have the rest of the front part of the chassis. Hopefully them wheels will look nice. These nut guards will be painted on the outside chrome, and they're going to be done with a chrome pen. Oh, I thought I got my chrome pen out, but I haven't. I thought I had, but I haven't. No, you know what I thought did, don't you? So I haven't got my chrome pen out, so I can't show you. But yeah, I've got a chrome pen which is 2mm tip, and I just go around the outside of these, and they will be chromed, so and make them look nice and posh. Okay, so hopefully that's been a nice catch up for you, and we've shown you a few things, and I'm going to go back to the chat, and then I'm going to obviously sign off. So if you just give me a moment, and then I'll change cameras. Goodness me, there's been some chat coming in, so I'm going to have a quick cuppa, a quick drink. Okay, let's have a look then, shall we? So just half an hour. Okay, so I think it was D Harris, just half an hour. And then Horlex says, looking great. It does only seem like yesterday this was done. Yeah, it certainly does. So D Harris, build on Dave. Yeah, okay, thank you. And then Gillian Milne says, great show, keep it up. Big thumbs up. Thank you very much for that, Gillian. And then D Harris says, sound all good. Oh, good, jolly good. And then Crafty Chris says, no echo. Oh, that's jolly good, thank you. And then we've got Alex Demetrius. Hello, Dave, enjoying the ROUTEMASTER build tonight. Oh, thank you, Alex. Much appreciated. And I don't know whether you've been around since I've showed this nice blue paint that we've got for this ROUTEMASTER here. So yeah, it looks pretty good, doesn't it? So that's going to be its color, blue, black and white, and a red stripe. So yeah, hope you like that. And yeah, that just gives you a sample of what it's going to look like. Hopefully it'll be superb, hopefully. So, and then we've got Horlick saying, absolutely, we are human, all make mistakes from time to time. Yeah, we do, and you know, I'm no exception. I often make mistakes, and I like to make it look professional for you guys, but doesn't always work. All right, D. Harris says at Horlicks, but one good thing, we all learn from them. Yeah, we do. We do actually, yeah. I did know that screw was missing, and I thought, I wonder if it comes in a bit later on, and I couldn't remember. So Dave McBill says it's looking really good, Dave. Thank you very much for that, Dave. And Horlick says, yes, defo, D. Harris. And then Jordan Dave says, great show again, Dave. Thank you for that, Jordan Dave. Thank you very much indeed. Hope I haven't missed any. I hope I haven't missed any chat out. Where my chat's gone missing from White Glove Models. Looking pretty awesome, Dave. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much indeed. And D. Harris, very nice job on the paintwork. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think we've got there. I think we've shown every comment. So my mum says, great show. Thank you very much for that, mum, and we'll see you tomorrow. And you know what we're doing tomorrow. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Hope you're well, and hope Pete's all right. And yeah, well done, Dave, for pushing through when you're ill. Thanks for the update. No, that's perfectly all right. Definitely don't feel like going out today, but you know, and haven't been going out anywhere. So yeah, I've been able to crack on with it somehow and get some bits and pieces done. It's going to be fabulous, is this one, isn't it? So yeah, I don't think I've got anything else to show you or tell you at this moment. So I'm going to come back onto me and we'll wave our goodbyes. So come on, camera. Come on. Even my camera's slow. My camera must be slow. Must be poorly tonight. Right. Okay. So I'm going to say thank you very much for joining me in the viewing tonight. And yeah, we've got caught up a little bit with some work. We've got some work done, and it's beginning to look awesome. It really is. And yeah, it's like I could show you all everything, but it's like you've got to really see it in the flesh to see how good they really are. And yeah, hopefully this bus will be maybe shown around somewhere. Yeah, who knows? So yeah, hopefully so. Right. Okay. And okay, D. Harris says, nice stream, Dave. Catch you on the next one. Thank you very much for that, D, and thank you for everything you do. So White Glove Model says, thank you, Dave. Enjoyable stream. Hope you feel better. Thank you very much, White Glove Models, Kaylin. Yeah, just feeling a bit off it today, but I'll be all right, I'm sure. And Gillian Mills says, good night, everyone, and I hope you feel better soon. Thank you. Thank you, Gillian. You can probably tell that I'm a bit off it. So, and D. Harris says night, all in the chat. And Dave McBill says night, D. Okay. And I'm going to leave it then. I'm going to change my banner actually, because it's I'll change my banner to that one. So I'm going to say that we do have Facebook groups. There's a community of us that has Facebook groups all together. We have the Titanic, which ought to be added to this this thing here. We have the Titanic group. There's allotment groups. There's build groups. There's Northern Model Builders and Crafters, and yeah, there's all sorts of groups other than what's on my ticker tape down here. So yeah, we've got quite a lot between us in the community, and yeah, we like to share from one another as well. So like, and what I will say is that everybody that's commented in the chat tonight, most of them have Most of them have YouTube channels of their own, so please go and support them. And as always, I always say, you know, if you've liked, give us a nice good thumbs up. If not, give us a down. I don't care. But if you do give us a down, tell me why, and then I can probably improve on it. So anyway, I'm going to go. I'm going to find my end credits, and I'm going to make a nice fresh cup of tea, I think, and get me pills for night time. So, okay. With that, I'll say a hearty good thank you for joining me, chatting, and it's been lovely, as always, and I really do appreciate you coming along, and thank you very much, and good night.